Hey everyone, if you're looking to make killer videos on your iPhone or iPad that look like a pro shot them, then you come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to master 19 essential shots that will make your mobile videos stand out from the rest. All right, so welcome to this video, and I'm basically going to walk through the way I walk through my students, like the very first few classes. Once we've gotten to know each other, then I'm going to throw them into how to film these 19 shots that make their videos look way more cinematic. So I'm going to walk you through what I do. If you're interested in the deck, leave me a comment below. I'll send you a link. And let's get forward. First, I want to do a quick shout out to my friend John Carippo, who kind of started this years ago, and he's amazing. And so I just kind of took what he had and added my own little flair to it. And so this is what I show my kids. And if you're one of my students, welcome and watch this. So here's my deck. Let's get started. All right, so Titan Media Arts, 19 shots to make your videos look professional. And that's our little logo for the Media Arts. And in this lesson, so I tell them that we're going to go through how to start thinking like a cinematographer. Now, their shots might be completely different than the ones I'm showing you here, but they're thinking as someone that's filming something, not just pulling out your camera and shooting, looking for your the correct shot that you really want to accent your video. So lots of people love this. We're going to start off with our master establishing shot, of course. So at the beginning of every movie, there's always some big shot. You're flying through space, and then all of a sudden you see a jet go across, and it's the start of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, you know, big master establishing shot. I like to show them things like this that they can do around the school. And I show a little video. Here we go. And in the video, I just kind of explain and have them guess. And actually, the movies that you'll see in the videos that are attached to this, I like to question them and see who's cool and knows what movies they are. So they like to have fun with that too. So this is a little video about master establishing shots. Anyway, we'll move forward from that. Then I start discussing doing an establishing shot where I've got this great shot of 3 people. And if I want to now, once I have that, once we know in our mind what the scene is, now I can go to shot A, I'm just on Kevin Spacey, or shot B, I'm over here on her, or shot C, I'm over here on that person, Thora Birch. So, you know, I can switch around now, but the audience knows the setting is at this table. So we can push in really tight on some of the actors. And the same thing happens outside. You have a big shot, and then we're going to come in small. So I like to show them that and get them thinking. So here's some more. There's a wide shot where you can see we see all of it in the frame. The medium shot you want to see from the waist up. And incidentally, I do print this out in the classroom, and I have it kind of on a laminated deck so the kids can refer to that and take it around. Here's a shot from Mad Max. Has anyone seen Mad Max? Yeah, some people raise their hands. Okay, great. Then I talk about close-ups and medium close-up, and extreme close-up. And then I give an example of some shots here. Here's some medium shots. I ask them what movies are they all from. So we get into that. And then I show them this is one of the greatest clips of extreme close-up there is out there. This scene from The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And I've actually had students ask me, can we see that cowboy movie? So it was really a good little thing to do with them. So I'll show this for a few seconds. And I think that's one of the best clips of an extreme close-up example I could ever show anybody. And then they cut to the wide shot, of course. So next we go to extreme angles. So we're kind of down showing up at the subjects, and that kind of gives it a like a authority kind of figure looking down. Bird's eye view, we're up looking down at someone where they're like vulnerable now because we're looking down at them. And then just kind of a lower angle, maybe we're looking from their waist up but at a smaller angle. Creates a dramatic kind of look. I showed some examples from Lord of the Rings. This is one of my favorite shots. That was actually, if you look at the behind the scenes, Stanley Kubrick, the director of The Shining, was like, let me try this shot out. I mean, he hadn't really planned it 100%. And then when he saw this picture of Jack, he was just like, sold. I love it. So that's great. Then we get into depth staging, so we can show that there's depth. So we have someone close to the camera, and then we have people in the background and staggered so that we can see all that. The foreground allows us to have depth perception. Planar staging, which goes across, where you've got staggered depths. So you can do things like that. All just really interesting shots. One of my favorite shots. And I will say I've really only had maybe 1 or 2 students throughout the years that wanted to see these movies. This movie in particular, Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. It's a kind of movie where you've got to be a cinemaphile and you really want to be a filmmaker one day. And luckily those kids did go on to film school and do great stuff. But this is one of my favorite depth staging type things, where we've got the mom in the foreground. If you haven't seen the movie, it's the mother here. The father's on the left, and then right in the between, the lawyer who's come to take away the little son who's outside playing in the snow, oblivious to it all. And it's a very just stressful, heated scene. But yet you have this little kid playing in the background because he's oblivious to everything. If you can, any of your kids want to see Citizen Kane, it's amazing. More modern, here's depth, like a planar staging of the Guardians of the Galaxy guys. They're a little bit staged apart. Next is the pullback and reveal. So we're going to pull the camera back slowly, and then it's revealing at first, okay, there's a bottle of water with a paper. And if we pull it back, we see there's a student there just going, oh my God, I got an F on this test. And the last shot's him just pushing it away. So it really adds a lot to the scene to have that little movement. It's really subtle. We're going to talk about contract dollies now. So what we're going to do is the dolly, the camera, they're holding their phone or their iPad, and they're walking forward as the subject's pulling back towards them, and eventually the subject overtakes them. That's a really nice dramatic shot too. Another one is the collapse dolly. So we're collapsing, we're going backwards. So you're filming, and this person's walking towards you, and then eventually they overtake you as well, okay? Here's a great dolly shot that I just want to throw in there, and this is from one of my favorite, lots of Kubrick. I love Kubrick. It's one of my favorite directors. This is from Full Metal Jacket, and you see the dolly move and how it just cuts in and out of some really good shots. Great story on Lee Ermey, who plays the sergeant here. He was a technical advisor on the film, and he actually, the guy that was supposed to be the sergeant, I actually met him at a convention years ago that I was showing my iographer at. He actually told me the story. I didn't even know this, but he told me that he was cast, and then Lee Ermey came in to technical advise and kind of told Kubrick that he was going to play that role. And Kubrick's like, so I already got this guy. And he's like, well, and he wrote some dialogue and acted it out, sent some tapes in, and Kubrick just loved it. And so the other guy who was supposed to have this big pivotal role, probably would have changed his life, ended up being the door gunner in the movie Full Metal Jacket when they were flying over the rice paddies and all that with Matthew Modine. And he's just like, bah, 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 bah. So anyway, a little story about that. That's crazy. Great scene, Full Metal Jacket. Okay, so next we're going to look at the point of view shot or POV shot. Lots of kids understand that, so we're really watching over the shoulder into seeing what people are doing. Here's some examples of some stuff like that. The dark voyeur shot, they love doing this shot where you're going to sit behind different things that are obstructing your view a little bit, but you're kind of creeping in and seeing. So it's like watching scary movies. They love to do stuff like that. The shadow shot, I wanted to explain it to them because growing up, I would watch movies where a lot of things were shown in shadows. You didn't actually see someone getting their head lopped off or shot in the face or whatever. It was all implied, and I missed that a little bit because we've become a little desensitized to seeing gore and violence now. Before, you just kind of thought, oh, shoot, you know what's happening. You know, your imagination could run wild. Here's a great old movie, Nosferatu. That's the vampire going up to get this victim, but it's all shot with shadows, and it's a really creepy part. The follower tracking shot, where we're following these people, we're staying behind them nicely, and we're all both going the same way. A couple examples of that. Here's my favorite tracking shot with Danny in The Shining again. Absolutely creepy. I love the way Kubrick kind of has it staggered. And there the girls are. Terrifying, right? Then we go to close-up on him. So we can do a lot of things there with this. Okay, so next is the over-the-shoulder shot, where we're over the shoulder of one person, showing that we're having this conversation. And that works really well for dialogue type stuff. Here's some examples of films that where they have those kind of shots where you can go back and forth. And then I ended it with this challenge. I tell them, look, you've seen these 19 shots. It's their goal now to go and create a video with every one of these shots in mind. And then I ask them, you know, keep in mind of trying to come up with a theme. So is there someone trying to find you? Is it scary? Is it love story? I mean, what is it? So I have them kind of, not, instead of just shooting shots, let's go out and shoot them as a team. With a theme in mind. And you can do this with a partner. Sometimes I usually let them do it with a partner, so one-on-one. And then each shot that they put, when they start to edit, has to have a title on it. So they've got to remember, this is a wide angle, this is a close-up. And then I let them export it and put it up to their YouTube channels, or they post it directly into Google Classroom. I usually tell them, let's do 10 seconds a shot, so that maybe it's a 2-minute short film that we can all watch, and it's not too time consuming. So that's kind of it. And then we grade it, and everyone watches and critiques each other, and it's really, really a great way to get them thinking about shots. And then from there, we start making projects. Okay, I hope this helped you. Like I said, if you're interested in these slides, just leave me a comment below, and I'll post some links soon. I'd like to get at least 10 comments before I post anything, because I want to know that you want to see this. Anyway, please do me a favor and like this video, and please subscribe so you can hear about the next video that we're coming out with. I'm David Basulto. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.